We're joined now virtually by the Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure in Enugu State, Engineer Gerald Otiji. How are you doing, sir, if you can hear me?
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Thanks a lot for joining us. I just want to go straight into it because a lot of us saw the video on social media and it's currently on the screen now where we saw, the building being demolished and we saw human beings sliding out of a gaping hole in the building. And it shocked everybody. I mean, you don't even need to be from Enugu State or, it was just a very shocking video. And I think everybody's question is, how do these people start a demolition without even just going in to check who's in there, if there are human beings there? I mean, we saw a statement saying, oh, the laws of Enugu State says if something illegal is happening anywhere, you have a right to demolish. But doesn't human life supersede that?
Yeah, this is actually one-sided part of the story. The actual story is that in the past 6 months, a warning was issued. Evacuation demolition warning were issued to the participants and the owners or the residents of those structures. The governor commissioned that stretch of road is a 44.5 kilometer dual carriage road connecting Enugu city, capital city, to Nsukka, another urban area, joining us between Enugu and North Central. And then in the Enugu capital city bound is a part of the city. We have all the details of the landlords and the building owners and the occupants of those buildings. 6 months ago, the surveyors went with the road alignment, went room by room, door to door, documented them and told them the extent where the road corridor was going to be at. And everybody knows about it. And they were issued statutorily 21 days notice. But 6 months later...
So very sorry to cut you in there. I think we all know this part of the story. We're talking about the day of the incident. If your tractors get to a location, you go into the building and see if anybody is in there. I would believe that's the right thing to do. It's easier to forcefully remove people than to put them in a situation where they might literally die. I'm sure you would agree with that. So forceful eviction not done in the moment before this demolition happened?
So you asked me a question. I'm building a background story for you to get you up to speed to the question you asked. Now, 2 weeks ago was a final warning and final notice to everybody. Then last week, we gave 2 weeks that the next 48-hour demolition was going to start. This is a 14-kilometer demolition area. And then this particular building you're seeing is within the third kilometer 2, between kilometer 2 and kilometer 3. Demolition was coming. There are scavengers. We've been fighting, we even passed a law about scavengers. We'd had the same incident when there was demolition at the Holy Ghost, if you were tracking the news. There, people will go in to scavenge for rods, for materials. The security men we had over there were in their tens of numbers. And the people were going to scramble for everything they could get. And these people, we've been arresting a handful of them. Those 2 people you saw sliding down were people going inside those buildings because it was when demolition started that they could get access into any part of the building. They were, I wish you could see the normal live video of the entire stretch. Even while the bulldozers are clearing the debris so that people don't get hurt, majority of the people are still trying to grab things out of it. Look at the crowd.
The point you're making, I get the point you're making, and I think I can give you credit for the fact that you tried for months and weeks to get people out of the building, and we're still talking about the day it happened. And I don't know if I'm reading you right, but you're almost giving an impression that scavengers' lives maybe are not that important, right? Because if anybody else was there, if a commissioner was in that building, if a security operative was in that building, if the son of a politician was in that building, this tractor would not start regardless of who, of whatever the orders are. Scavengers are Nigerians. Scavengers are probably Enugu citizens. Why do they not matter as much, regardless of what they were doing in the building? I think it's everybody's question. Because death could have happened.
That's a wrong notion. The security men went into the building and came down and started demolition. And if you notice the way the demolition was going on, you don't collapse the entire building at once. You start from one side. All these people will be going inside. What we are now trying to do from the experience we got here is that we will take them one story, one building at a time. But the trap of that area is a major corridor. If you do it one at a time, then we have to close down that every other person, if you know this road, we go through the 9th mile corner. This is the only road that connects Nsukka area to Enugu on a star way. So when you start demolition, the moment there's an opening, many people troop in to grab rods, grab things that they could get.
That is on you. That is on the state government to prevent that from happening. I mean, I think you have it. These citizens should not be able to overwhelm, whatever plans you have with security to stop that from happening. So that's still an indictment, I believe, on the state government to not have prevented that. I mean, I'm watching this. The decking of the first floor is already slipped. The building could have come down. The other window has an AC there, which means people are still probably living there. I don't know. So it's a bit murky. Is anybody going to be held responsible for this? I guess is my question.
Like I said, if you allow me to answer your question, sir, we keep on, as they're bringing, if you have 1,000 people going into a live demolition, maybe we will increase making sure either tear gassing people not to go in. It is like when people are rushing into a stadium, you cannot put straps on every finger or every arm. We've tried, but on this particular incident, where only 2 people were caught and it was made viral, it's not the true picture, sir. What if you can go with us? It is still an ongoing demolition because, like I said, it's a 14-kilometer. The first 1-2 kilometers to between the 2 and the 3, where this particular building is, when they see that there's something for people to scavenge from, they concentrate there. We learn from the experience of where a normal person will see a live demolition and is going inside there to be able to grab something to come out, be it a glass, a piece of aluminum window, or a door, or the outer part of an air-conditioned structure. If you look at this particular building, the windows are open. Some people are going in while the debris are down to take part of the windows. You keep on chasing them. Look at the person who slided down there. The door downstairs is open, but the security men are there. That's why he chose to use slide down through this opening. This opening, no normal person who lives in that building will slide down through that opening. He will go down through.
Just the final question, I just want to hear you clearly. Are you saying nobody's responsible for anything here? Everything was done above board, is your point?
Well, it is a government responsibility. Like I said, I'm only addressing the
for what happened.
It is our responsibility. We have already had a meeting with the Commissioner of Police and other law enforcement agencies to send more people in this particular stretch. Then we will concentrate building by building, and then we'll be controlling the traffic. There will be movement of goods and people commuting on the normal road. This particular road is the road we want to expand. So the traffic is still ongoing.
Okay.
While we are trying to demolish the building to clear.
All right, thank you very much, sir. We've been speaking with the Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure in Enugu State, Engineer Gerald Otiji. Thanks for your points there.